Well, just in time for the holidays, the Hytale team is revealing some huge new details. Hey there friends, it's Codiak here. Welcome back to Legacy Gaming. Let's dive into a brand new blog post and take a look at some subtle and somewhat secret mechanics the team just confirmed. Well, friends, it is a holiday miracle. The Hytale team not only treated us to a new official video, but a new blog post as well. You know I get excited about systems within games, and that's really at the heart of the post today. So yes, we have a lot to talk about. You know we never like to waste your time here on the channel, so let's hit the big things first. Mantling. That's right, your avatar in Hytale will have the ability to grab onto blocks slightly out of reach and mantle over the top of them. This is often called clambering or scaling, but regardless of the name, the mechanic is really what matters. This is all about seamless exploration and a feature I honestly think will make a huge impact on the game as a whole. The relatively rigid jump from block to block in Minecraft may be iconic, but it's outdated, and this simple mechanic is going to elevate Hytale in a way I think most hardcore fans will appreciate. Although it's a work in progress, the team says that from a standing start, players can currently jump and grab a ledge that is 4 blocks high. Add in running and jumping, and you're talking about some serious traversal options. In somewhat the same vein, the team is experimenting with a step-up animation. This will allow characters to walk or run up shallow slopes without having to hop. You may think this isn't a big deal, but again, it's an evolution within the block genre that many players will feel within the gameplay. Again, it's all in an effort to make exploration and traversal more seamless, and while it's a simple system, it's going to have a huge impact. The final movement-based system in the works is butt sliding, which will give players the ability to slide under low obstacles by sprinting and then hitting a crouch. FPS fans will be right at home with this feature as it's a staple of most modern shooters, but in a block game, come on, we're talking about an entirely new level of freedom when it comes to moving around. Now, I'm no shill. I think these all sound great, but until I get to experience them for myself, I'll stop short of blindly praising systems that could be a difference maker within the game. We all know there's a fine line between movement that feels amazing and movement that feels rigid, so let's just keep an eye on these systems for now and watch as they progress. The Hytale team has been going back to the drawing board a lot, and this seems to be the driving force behind that multi-year delay. Everything from top to bottom is getting some sort of overhaul, and that brings us all the way back to one of the first things we talked about in regards to Hytale, the world gen. It seems like the technology behind the world is being reworked in a more dramatic way, and the team even warns us that the Orbis we once knew and that those assumptions we made based on the initial world and concept art might not be accurate moving forward. The fundamental themes, cultures, and concepts will remain the same, but the team is reevaluating the way each zone relates to one another and how that will all play out in the player experience. What I've known for some time now is that the delays were absolutely necessary. If these changes are just starting to take shape, it's pretty obvious that if Hytale did release this year, it would be a fraction of what players had concocted in their heads. It is hard to say at this point if the world gen changes will be good, but the team does say that more details will be coming when the time is right. One of the highlights from the latest official video was the PvP combat. It's a feature synonymous with the Hypixel Minecraft servers, but something that's been seldom talked about when it comes to Hytale. When it comes down to PvP, it's all dependent on the combat. You have a good combat system, it's easier to make a good PvP system. On the flip side, if combat is bad, it's nearly impossible to shoehorn in PvP that feels satisfying. With that in mind, the team gives us a little more clarity on the action we saw in that video, and while a lot of it is more closely tied to system philosophy, you can really see it come to life in the gameplay. The first idea is the fun of chaining special moves together. The second is the importance of fast footwork and careful positioning, and finally the team touches on the back and forth flow of combat, particularly in a duel where the fortunes of one player live on a knife's edge. These are all incredibly important philosophies that will help guide the team and give us a pretty solid understanding as players how the combat will function and feel. In terms of that dual-wielding daggers player, the team broke it down even more. The playstyle using the daggers is all about mobility and the ability to chip away at your enemies with fast attacks and avoid taking damage as much as possible. The player will have to rely on quick dashes rather than blocks to evade damage, and will have access to a number of special abilities that will help them in that regard. Dealing damage will allow the dagger user to charge up a signature attack, a rapid flurry of blows. In terms of evasion, we've seen an aerial dash and a lunge attack, both showcased in the combat clip here, as well as that official video we saw during the Riot presentation. There is no doubt that combat will be essential to everything from adventuring to PvP, and things are shaping up in a great way. We've seen enough action at this point that I'm fairly confident things are going in the right direction. I'm not wild about abilities being tied to weapons. I've made my thoughts on the issue in classless games known in other videos, but for a sandbox block style game like Hytale, I think it's working out just fine. Again, reserving all judgment until I can go hands-on, but I will say the combat is looking sleek, it's looking snappy, and it's definitely heading in the right direction. Can I also say the sound design feels beefy? I mean, just take a listen to how the combat sound effects line up with the action. The final nugget of newness is a brand new track from Hytale composer Oscar Garvin. The track is titled Into the Endless Sky, and let's just take 15 seconds to give it a listen and appreciate all the hard work Oscar has put in over the years. I know we're getting spoiled with an official video and then a blog post, but I remind you all that we are years away from Hytale. So while the hype is building and new people are coming into the fold, remember, we are still a ways off. That being said, what is your favorite new feature revealed in the blog post? Let us know in the comment section below, and remember to drop us a like on the video and subscribe if you want more Hytale content in your feeds. We also invite you to join us on Discord. We've got a great community of around 7,000 members with a special section dedicated just for Hytale, so check out that link below and join today. Finally, if you like everything we're doing here at Legacy Gaming and you'll want to support us even more, you can now do so by becoming a member. For just a couple bucks, you're helping evolve the channel and take our community to that next level. Check out the join button below to learn more. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.